Hello, and welcome to episode 3.6. I am James. Everything we have explored so far in this unit of our MOOC relates to segmental phonology, the study of the features of phonemes and allophones. However, there is one final area of phonology to briefly mention: suprasegmental phonology, sometimes called prosodic features. These are aspects of phonology that go beyond the physical sounds themselves. I will introduce three areas in this episode: syllables, stress, and pitch. Firstly, syllables. A syllable is either a part of a word or a whole word, because some words are made of only one syllable. Here are some rules. Firstly, all syllables must have one vowel. 2. A syllable never has more than one vowel. Remember, a diphthong is one vowel, yet it contains two sounds. 3. A syllable can also have at least one consonant. But in fact, some syllables have 4 consonants, like nounced in pronounced. Actually, Rule 1 is correct for only 99% of syllables, because some syllables contain only one consonant and not a vowel. These are called syllabic consonants. In English, the consonants n, all can be syllabic consonants. For example, there are 2 ways to say rhythm. If you say rhythm, you can feel your mouth open slightly and your tongue move down between z and in order to say the vowel. However, if you say rhythm, the little line under n means that it is syllabic. The pronunciation moves directly from z to n. In this case, n is a syllabic consonant because it is a syllable, yet there is no vowel. Secondly, stress. For words with 2 or more syllables, 1 or more syllables are stressed. Therefore, the other syllable or syllables are unstressed. There are 4 differences between them. Stressed syllables are longer, higher, and louder, and they also have full vowels. In contrast, unstressed syllables are quieter, lower, and shorter, and they have reduced, weak vowels. For example, in banana, the second syllable is louder, higher, and longer. In contrast, the first and third syllables are quieter, lower, and shorter. In unstressed syllables, the weak vowels are and I. For example, a can be reduced to in an unstressed syllable. For example, vitamin becomes vitamin. Also, can be reduced to I. Wanted becomes wanted. Instead of just 2 levels, stressed and unstressed, there are actually 3 levels: primary stress, secondary stress, and zero stress. A syllable with primary stress is the loudest, the highest, and the longest. A syllable with secondary stress is quite loud, quite high, and quite long. Finally, a syllable with zero stress is quiet, low, and short. For example, the word emphasize. The first syllable has primary stress, the second has zero stress, and the third has secondary stress. To show this in a narrow transcription, we use these diacritics. For primary stress, put a short vertical line at the top before the stressed syllable. For secondary stress, put a short vertical line at the bottom before the stressed syllable. But there is not a symbol for zero stress. However, a dot can be used to separate syllables. For example, pronunciation. Stress in Chinese is very different. Because almost every syllable has the same stress, almost every syllable has the same length, highness, and loudness. Say a four-word phrase like 鲜艳夺目 to feel this. However, Chinese does have a few unstressed syllables, mostly as the second character in a word with two characters, such as 觉得. Interestingly, in words like this, you can change the word into another word just by stressing the unstressed syllable. Think about the different meanings of these words. 运气, 运气. 对头, 对头. 孙子, 孙子. 老子, 老子. Similar to the above example, English also has a few words that change their grammatical category depending on which syllable is stressed. In record, stressing the first syllable gives us the noun, record, whereas stressing the second gives us the verb. Work this out for these words: increase, refund, permit, contest, rebel, upset, object, present. Compound nouns, which are two words joined together to create a single noun, also behave similarly. Because a compound noun is a single noun, the word has a specific meaning that is different from the meaning of the two words separately, which is a noun phrase. When you say a compound noun, the first word is stressed, and the second word is unstressed. When you say a noun phrase, both words are stressed. For example, a gentleman versus a gentleman. A hot dog versus a hot dog. Finally, pitch. Changes in the pitch of speech, namely falls and rises, is the defining factor of both tone and intonation. However, they are very different, and this difference creates two types of languages. In a tone language, changing the pitch of a word changes the meaning of the word. An example from Chinese is ma, 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 and ma. Secondly, in intonation languages, pitch is not used to change the meaning of words. Instead, it has several other functions. It can change the grammatical meaning of a sentence. It can turn a statement into a question. It can show the emotions of the speaker, or it can focus our attention on the important parts of the sentence. English has four intonations: falling, rising, falling, rising, and rising, falling. Let's look at an example of how pitch can change the meaning of sentences. Those who ran slowly got fat. Those who ran slowly got fat. One of them means that the people who ran at a slow speed got fat, whereas the other means that the people who ran got fat over a long period of time. I'll let you decide which is which. For this reason, intonation has a grammatical function, because the words do not change. Instead, intonation is essential to understand the basic meaning of the sentence. We've now reached the end of this unit of the MOOC, which has explored phonology, the scientific study of the ways that sounds are organized and structured in a language. The previous unit also introduced an area of linguistics which studies sounds, phonetics, the study of individual sounds. Together, this concludes our discussion about the sounds of language, and so it is time to move on. After exploring individual sounds and combinations of sounds, the next area to discover is the formation of words, and this is studied in the field of morphology, which is the focus of the next unit. Finally, here are some tasks for you.